Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal, and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. ExGF, 26F, cheated on me, 28M, but wants to get back. Should I? Rant. We would have been together 3 years last month, if I hadn't found out towards the end of May. Noticed she had a hickey. I don't remember giving her early April, but since we have sex a lot due to her very active sex drive, I convinced myself I just don't remember giving it to her and forgot about it. About a month later in May, I looked over one night and noticed she had a muted convo on her FB chat. That coupled with the hickey convinced me something was up, so I snooped on her laptop and found messages between her and this FWB she had from before our relationship. I was only able to read the messages back to about a year ago before I got a panic attack and had to stop. But it was clear they had sex, with my ex being the one to push for it despite the dude having second thoughts. The messages show my ex clearly trying to set up meets pretty much weekly, but there wasn't enough evidence to conclusively say on which days they met or how often. I also did not check her Instagram history, which I know she uses to talk to the dude too, and she also has his number. Did not get the chance to check call history. I confronted her about it, to which she lied about the details a couple more times before finally telling me the truth, that she only met up to sleep with him twice throughout their 1+ year correspondence. She claims that she did try to set up dates often, but his busy schedule kept them from meeting. We were also living together at that point, so I imagine that must have factored into their difficulties, though I trusted her enough to never question when she asks to hang with friends or visit her parents. After much anger, I realized I miss her greatly. Part of me wants to try and get past this and start over, but another part of me wonders how much of this is just due to loneliness or nostalgia. I'm also not sure if I can believe her claim of only meeting the guy twice, and it doesn't help that the details of those two meets seem inconsistent, which she claims is just due to her not remembering when they actually happened. In the month since we broke up, my ex has been trying to do whatever she can to prove to me she wants me back. She's been trying to find chat messages that prove her story and show them to me, to prove she isn't lying any longer. She claims she's seen no one else since we broke up, not easy for her high sex drive, and she's even offered to give up all her passwords and be 100% transparent where she is and with who at all times if we get back together. But again, given all I detailed above, I don't know if she's still lying to me or not. I guess I'm just conflicted and am unsure of my own feelings. Currently, I am open to trying again provided she can prove to me she's not lying, but I'm not sure if that's even possible, or if it's the right choice for me in the long run. Sorry about the long-winded post. I guess I just needed to vent to someone as I'm too afraid of the shame and embarrassment of talking to people in my social circle about this. If she had met with him more than 2 times, would you still consider to get back with her? Don't make your decision about your future about the amount of sex they had. If it was 1 time or 100 times doesn't matter. What matters is that she gave up on you when she made the decision to betray you and to not care what happens when you find out. That is your ex. She doesn't care about you or how you feel. I guess that she hasn't even gotten tested for STDs during her affair, right? She doesn't even care about your health. Always keep one thing in your mind. If you wouldn't have caught her, then she would still fall asleep next to you with the taste of him on her lips and tongue, kissing you with those lips and planning the next meetup with her lover. She doesn't regret what she did, only that she got caught. Is that the kind of person you want by your side? It does matter a little how many times they met. If more than she has said, then she is continuing to lie, so is even less of a candidate for reconciliation. Do you know anything about AP? Is he the kind of guy that could not do D-time in his schedule for no strings attached sex? I find it hard to believe they only met twice. She failed the GF test and is failing the reconciliation test. You let her get away with it by taking her back, and she will conclude she can always manipulate you into letting her back, so she will cheat again. Next step might be to get pregnant to stop you from leaving. It does matter a little how many times they met. If more than she has said, then she is continuing to lie, so is even less of a candidate for reconciliation. I mean, it sounds like if she could have met with AP more, she would have. It was AP's inability/busy schedule that prevented it. From Op's post, his ex was the one pursuing the relationship with AP and AP was the one who was unsure. That's what makes Op's ex a non-candidate in my mind. ExGF, 26F, cheated on me, 28M, but wants to get back. Should I? No. Simple as that. This, 1,000,000 times this. No way. It will happen again. She doesn't deserve a second chance, but who am I to tell you what to do? Start the process of getting over her. There are plenty of lovely women out there that don't look for things on the side. Good trustworthy women. Good luck to you, and know we are all here for you. You don't miss her, you never actually knew her. You only knew her representation of herself that she wanted you to know. She is a liar, a manipulator and a cheater. That is who she is, not the girl that you loved. You were involved in an open relationship without your consent. Get STD/STI checked. How do you feel about someone putting your health at risk without your consent? She has shown you who she is and what she is capable of. Believe it or regret it later. Dating is the preview of your future marriage. If you think this is what your marriage should be like, go ahead, take her back and live the life of a relationship police. Don't ever believe what comes out of their mouth. They lie about everything you can't prove. Your relationship is already over. How do you think you will rebuild it? As a betrayed spouse, I can say that trust never comes back. You will never be able to trust her fully. Is it worth living like this? Find someone who you can trust. Number 4. Sheesh, clapping. There is a reason why she is an ex. Better keep it that way. With my ex being the one to push for it despite the dude having second thoughts. She claims that she did try to set up dates often, but his busy schedule kept them from meeting. Read this over and over, Op. It sounds to me as if he ending things outright and she lost her option. Nope. If she was reaching out once a week for a year, they had sex minimum 20 times. Regardless, she's FD up dude. The only reason she didn't sleep with him further, if she's telling the truth this time, and that's a big if, is because he didn't have time or desire. Had he wanted to, she would have cheated so much more. Something inside her is broken and no amount of location sharing or open phone policy will get back what you had. This relationship is permanently ruined and it would be foolish to take her back. Seek out more appropriate and healthy relationships with healthy people. Don't go back to a ticking time bomb and let yourself be traumatized again. This would be the worst mistake you ever made. Move on. Get checked for STDs. Having a high sex drive does not justify promiscuity. In fact, you can channel this into other worthwhile activities such as sports. The fact that your GF initiated the affair with her ex-FWB partner should be a wake-up call to you not to entertain the idea of getting back into the relationship. If she can do this before, what would prevent her from doing it again, considering that she can always ask you for a reconciliation afterwards? Op, whatever was going on with her to look outside of your relationship for sex has not been resolved. She lied to you when you confronted her, and all you have is her word that she has changed and will not do it again in the future. Do you intend to track her every move now to make sure she is not cheating again? Is that really how you want to live? It seems you were always planning B. This FWB is who she really wants, but he doesn't feel the same for her. Do you want to see her go home again with another hickey? The obvious answer is a big no. I don't need to read the story. The answer is no. Under no circumstance you go back with a cheater. Not even if the hell froze over. Not even if the devil himself comes to your home in sky boots with ice skates and asks you to have fun with him on the now iced Styx River. Even if they had only met twice, I laughed at that lie. It wasn't through lack of trying on her part. She would have been over there daily if the opportunity arose. You've taken the first step and put the trash out. Don't bring it back in the house to stink up the place. If you take her back, you might as well start writing your next post here about how much of an idiot you were because she cheated on you again. She has already told you who she is and what she is more than willing to do to you and your feelings. She is nothing but poison in your life. If you take her back, the only thing you will get in return is pain. There is a reason that people advise never to take back a cheater. It isn't about you, it is about them. People that cheat are only displaying their nature. It is who they are. Expecting a cheater to suddenly become a different creature is like expecting a cat to become a dog. It doesn't matter how much love, compassion, and time you share with the cat. It is never going to bark. Why would you want to dedicate your life to a man or woman that has already told you who they are? Do you enjoy pain? It isn't about how much you cared for her. It is about how little she cared for you. She didn't. She made deliberate decisions to step outside of your relationship. It wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an accident. It was a series of calculated actions that led her from being a faithful partner to a cheating partner. You know now what you mean to her and what she is capable of doing to you. Sorry to hear that you are faced with this situation. Trust is like a priceless vase. You each get to carry it. One day, one of you drops the vase and it shatters into 1,000 pieces. You can spend time and love to put it back together, but the cracks will always be there. They will always be visible and you will both remember how the vase was broken. That doesn't go away. That thing that used to be priceless, now has very little value. Can the trust be repaired? Not very likely. People can forget what others have done to them, but you can never forget how they made you feel. Should I? Only if you wanna play Russian roulette with HIV and live in absolute misery for the rest of your life looking after her affair babies while she goes out to hang with friends. Betrayal is the worst you can do to someone. At the end of the day, you weigh the pros and cons of getting back together with her. Remember, if you take her back, you can never hang this over her head in future arguments. One more thing, you have to start from zero since the old relationship died with her affair. Don't waste your time, don't let your memories with her being you back just to torture yourself while you're with her. Block her, move on. She failed to be the one thing required in a relationship faithful. Let her break someone else's heart, not yours again. No. She failed girlfriend 101. Don't let her retake the course. No, you should not. Leave her alone. Someone will be better for you. No marriage, no kids, no entanglements. Lock that door and keep it locked. Dude, she cheated for over a year. Maybe not too much physically but too much emotionally. That means that during this time she was not yours. Given the high levels of correspondence, this is not FWB from her perspective. He's an emotional affair that she wants even more from physically. She's clearly demonstrated that he's the one she wants, not you. Why waste your time? She says that she cheated physically 2 times and you are considering forgiving this, but you doubt the number. What would be the drop-off point? 3 times? 1 per month equals 12 times? 24 times? The fact is that she did. In actual fact, she worked harder on doing it than she did your relationship. Pick up your crown, king. You are worth so much more than she is prepared to give. Ghost her. Are you kidding? Why would you want to remain in a relationship with someone who cheats and lies to you over and over? Your cheater GF failed the marriage test drive big time, so move on. Past behavior is the best indicator of future behavior. Imagine being married to this cheater and dealing with the same shit 10 years from now with 2 kids, a giant mortgage, entangled finances, etc. Consider yourself the luckiest guy on the planet to make this discovery now. The world is full of loyal, faithful ladies who would love to be with a good man like you and not cheat. Good luck. My wife, F33, cheated on me, M31. Need support. Love my life. Knew I was in love the first day we met in April 2009, she was 21, and I was 19. Told myself that's the girl I'ma marry. And so we got married in March 2012. Became a dad at 24, in 2014 with our son. Wife was 26 when she became a mum. We became parents again. I'm 2016 with our daughter, Pigeon Bear. Both working with the same company from 2013, I've been there from 2010, she meets AP in 2017 in the same company in wife's department. She tells me about his current attitude towards her, implying he likes her because she can tell. So I confront the guy and he apologizes. Over the next few weeks we created this so-called friendship that developed into a cool funny new bro meets another new bro, and I was the idiot from that point until I found his GF Facebooked me the pics and conversions. Confronted my wife and she denied it for the first 5 times I asked, and then I said I have proof, selfies of her and conversions of text. And then she came forward with yes, okay, it's true. This happened in March 2018 when I found out. Stayed with her until March 2021 trying to make it work. Forgive and forget. Rekindle. She said they only met 3 times and kissed twice. I hate that just doesn't sit well with me, and it's driving me crazy to know how sexual they really were. And I'm forced to believe cause she swears on the Quran. Divorced in March 2021. Kids spy me on weekends and holidays, kids her during school so Mon to Friday. Been separated since March this year. I have been with my mums, she's staying in our jointly owned house. She has COVID, so I left kids at my mum and came to isolate with her to show her I still care and always will. Am I being a fool? Would another man in a similar situation be doing this? Am I lesser of a man for divorcing my wife of 10 years for her just kissing another man as a result of an emotional affair? Why do I feel like it's much more insulting because they had a whole emotional connection of a moment, instead of a let's stuck for fun _ I feel so all over the show, struggling to collect myself and think. Any advice or words, or just anyone please, just say something. You chose to not see your kids for weeks so you can take care of someone that cheated on you. Your priorities are messed up. She might have swore on the Quran that she only kissed him, but remember she swore on the Quran that she would love only you. Adults don't just kiss. They have sex. Not saying that you are wrong for helping her with her illness, just saying don't let her convince you that everything will be like it was. Don't take her back. Read this twice. Am I being a fool? Yes. You are trying to make nice with the very person who spat on your face. Stop that. An eye for an eye turns everyone blind. Somebody has to be the adult and just say yeah, she's an idiot and that's her choice. I can't control her life, so I'll just move on. Simple as. I'll just move on. He's trying to get back with her. I'm trying to be decent for the sake of the kids. She's a woman on her own. I feel so desperate to still be with her, and I don't know why. How are you being decent for the sake of the kids when you are not with your kids? You should be with your children. Let her family or her AP look after her. You look after your children. Stop being a doormat for her. You are divorced and you isolated yourself with a person who has COVID and cheated on you. BTW, she didn't kiss the other guy. They had sex. No adult just kisses. Not only are you going to get hurt emotionally, you get hurt financially and physically by living with someone who has a deadly disease. Move on with your life. Cheating isn't a mistake, it is a series of actions that someone takes to hurt their loved ones. Not only did she cheat on you once by meeting this guy, she met with him 3 times. That right there should show you what kind of person she really is. She's after all the mother of your children. How you treat her will set examples for your children on how to treat others and how much to expect. That being said, if you allow yourself to be treated with disrespect without consequences and play the fool, you'll also be setting an example for them. I respect you for caring for the mother of your children, but she's also the person who betrayed you and disrespected you. I'm sure that many people in your company know what happened and probably have more details than you'll ever do. Caring for her is admirable, sacrificing for her is foolish. Am I lesser of a man for divorcing my wife of 10 years for her just kissing another man as a result of an emotional affair? It's never just a kiss. When a woman says it was just a kiss or all we did was kiss is code for we ducked. Whether it's a physical affair or emotional affair. Cheating is cheating. Cheaters will never tell the truth, that's a fact. Cheaters will usually downgrade what they're saying, i.e. kiss equals they had sex. Would you believe physically meeting 3x would only end in a kiss? Nope. Especially with two lovers in their heat of the moment. It's not just a kiss. Adults don't just kiss, they have sex. Think about it. I've tortured myself because I have to assume what you said to be as true as it could be. Except only for her to know. I hate that I know this and can't accept it. It's broken my entire self-image of myself. Look, the kids are innocent, so just be a loving, supportive dad to them. Just do what dads are supposed to do and follow the divorce decree. As far as your cheating wife, you'll always have to interface with her because you have children. As far as yourself, you have to accept what has happened and you need to move on and start a new life. But before you get serious with another partner, dating or contemplating marriage, be honest with her about having children. Another thing I agree with is that your wife lies. Like the other person posted, adults meet to just kiss, they meet to have sex. There was more to it, I'm sure. Probably one of the reasons you're in this predicament is that you are married young. Another reason may be your upbringing and religion, since you mentioned the Quran. Muslims tend to be more conservative than other religions. But it also seems that your ex displays narcissistic behavior. If you let her, she'll use you to no end. I'm sorry you're going through this. You and the children stay safe. My wish is that nothing but good things come your way from this point forward. Again, take care of your children, and there's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. I should torture you to have left your children, to take care of someone who destroyed their lives, ducking other guys. The only one who believes that it was not physical is you. Sorry for being honest, but it's the truth. I don't know which culture or custom are you from, but for closure you may ask questions like, do you still resent me? Did I do something that disturbed you in any way? Just post-marital questions rather than contesting and arguing extramarital affair questions. Many couples forget about dealing with their issues due to the interruption of the affair. From her, you may learn where you did wrong and where you could do better. Women usually accumulate resentment in bulks and tolerate most of the things their spouses do, but later on these accumulated resentment would pave the path to cheating, as disrespect on the BS diminishes the resentment, and as it starts as a way, as a breather, and these type of affairs do go on deep and develop in a maze of a complex relationship. Overall, you are a Muslim man, and what I have seen from Muslim people is that it is highly patriarchal and women do struggle in the marriage a lot. It is okay to show compassion, and reminisce about your past to make sense of it all. Since you are already divorced, fighting and arguing would be stupid. So, the best thing would be talking about general stuff on how you used to do this and that, etc. And it would be an icebreaker conversation too. STFU, she was the immature one to cheat on you for some quick excitement/sex without thinking about her kids and family. Like, come on, take some accountability. Gone those teenage days of hooking with different guy every month. You are a good man, just be in your path. The guilt will kill her. You're not less of a man. Her swearing on the Quran is her fooling you. I guarantee you she's lying. If she's willing to break her marriage vows, she's willing to swear on the Quran and not tell the truth. My ex-wife swore on the lives of our young children that she wasn't cheating. Then I found all the evidence. Read the book No More Mr. Nice Guy. It's okay to care, but you're a doormat, a nice guy, and you let yourself get led on. Cheater's lexicon. We kissed equals we f-hashed, we only did it once, yep, this one's, not the once equals we did it like rabbits, take the number presented times 10 and you come close. So you going to quarantine with her is a nice white knight thing, which leads to nothing, but you burn more respect she's for you, if she still has a way. You need to walk the walk, because you aren't walking, of what you're trying to say. Sorry, don't mean any ill will, but you are setting yourself up for a continuous failing of yourself and losing your self-respect. She has COVID, so I left the kids at my mum and came to isolate her to show her I still care and always will. Am I being a fool? No man, I will not say you are not a fool, just a much better human than me. Would another man in a similar situation be doing this? Maybe. I don't know anyone like that, but maybe. Am I lesser of a man for divorcing my wife of 10 years for her just kissing another man as a result of an emotional affair? Do not insult your own intelligence. You know perfectly well that it was not a matter of kisses, it was sex, hard and dirty, and it was many more times than just once. You know, that you don't want to admit it is another story. Any advice or words or just anyone please, you say something. With all due respect to your doubts and the pain that you obviously feel, I have only one request to make. You set yourself up, you locked yourself in a quarantine with your infected wife to have the opportunity and excuse to go back to her. She doesn't love you, she doesn't respect you. You will never be able to trust her. Don't shoot yourself in the foot with a .44 Magnum. Don't go back to her. My wife, 28, has cheated on me, 28, advice first time here, but I need help before I lose it. So if you're reading this with advice, I truly appreciate it. My wife and I have been together for almost 7 years and married for 6. We have 2 children and I can't lose my family. To get into things, my daughter isn't biologically mine. When my wife was 19, she got pregnant by her boyfriend at the time. So she's been a mother for 8.5 years and has been with me since she left her ex. During the early stages of us dating, I ended up finding out that she cheated on me because she had a lapse of judgment with a childhood friend that she used to hook up with before she became a mother. We got past it. Fast forward to our son being born 1.5 years ago and she had major postpartum depression during breastfeeding stages. After she stopped breastfeeding, I tried like hell to take care of anything the kids needed to keep the pressure off of her. In doing so, I unknowingly paid too less attention to her and she became distant from me. Since then, she's started bettering herself by going to the gym and working on her physical and mental health. Well, hot girl summer is here, she hasn't let me prove myself to be better yet, and now she states that she hasn't been single since high school and wants to have fun. I started letting girls' night become a common occurrence, and then the longtime friend found his way into her DMs. Since he contacted her, they have hooked up more than once. She says that there are no feelings involved, she just wants to do her own thing right now and figure out what she truly wants because she doesn't want to feel like she's settling the rest of her life. She says that she would be mostly okay if we aren't able to work things out and she has to be a single mom, but I know that there is plenty worth saving here and that I can show her true happiness. We still have sex occasionally but we try to leave serious conversation to a minimum. I know that I sound extremely weak by sticking through this, but the only way I can think of it is that however long she spends not getting my attention is how long she may need to get whatever it is out of her system so that we can make this work. I love my wife more than anything and I don't see any part of my future without her in it. It isn't about staying together for the kids or anything. I just want to show her that this marriage is worth everything and more, but I feel like I'm slowly losing myself by having so much love for her but not being able to prove it daily. Any advice is welcome, thanks in advance. Call a lawyer for your options. Protect your money. DNA test your kid, STD test for yourself. Do not bear false witness for her. She had cheated twice, seems more than willing to go it alone. At this point, if you stick around in this marriage, every moment of doubt, pain, anxiety and heartbreak is on you, not her. Are you good with that? I know that there is plenty worth saving here. This is brutal, but you need to hear it. There is no nice way to say this, but you are wrong. There is nothing in your marriage worth saving. Your so-called wife has already ripped your marriage to shreds, threw it in a trash can, spit on it, pissed on it, set it on fire, and is using the flames as candlelight to have sex with other men. You need to wake up, pull your head out of the sand, and accept the reality that the person you thought you were married to is long gone. Honestly, I doubt she ever existed. She was a facade and not even a very good one. From your story, she showed early on who she really was, and you turned a blind eye to it. This is who she is. I understand you don't want to lose your wife, but this woman has no desire to be your wife. She just looks like the person you hoped you had married. You need to stop focusing on proving your love to your wife because 1, she doesn't want it, and 2, you need to focus on loving yourself and your son. Lawyer up, STI test for you, DNA test for your son, find therapy, and focus on being the best father you can. And for all that is holy, stop having sex with this woman before you catch something permanent. There is nothing worth saving. She will do it again and you'll be a far stronger single father mentally than always worrying if she's cheating and why you're not good enough to be faithful to. Good grief man, grow a spine. This is probably the most blatant story of if I submit to her, she'll come back I think I've read on this sub. Your wife despises you, and rightly so. She is acting like a child whose parents give her no boundaries and give her anything she pleases. And you understand why she had depression during breastfeeding, don't you? I mean, have you thought about it because it took 2 seconds for me to figure it out? You may be thinking from your heart and your story should be the poster boy story as to why that is the worst thing to do. She's shown you who she really is. You say you don't want to lose her. The fact is you can't lose something that's already gone. She's not the wife you married. Leave her at once. But mark my words, she will be back once her summer bang fest is over. Do not take her back. If you do, you'll be sending a message that says despite the enormous pain your cheating has caused me I'll always take you back. Do you want to send that message? Is this the kind of wife/marriage you want? Start standing up for yourself and nip this in the bud. Good luck. Sorry you are here. She has no respect, unfortunately, you or the relationship. Because you have no respect for yourself. She is doing what she wants because you allow her to. She overstepped the boundaries of your marriage due to her selfishness. Even if you let her go off and had an open relationship, she will use you as a babysitter and never come back to you. She has moved on and so should you. Read Dr. Robert Glover, no more Mr. Nice Guy. Quit calling her infidelity a lapse in judgment. It was not. She made intentional choices. Quit making excuses for her. You have made major errors to date. You have allowed her misconduct. You seem interested in reconciliation, although I don't know why. She has repeatedly chosen this friend over your relationship, marriage. You should contact a divorce lawyer. However, if you reject the better advice, I suggest that you throw a bucket of cold water over her head. I would tell her that she had her fun long ago. It's why she has a daughter that you generously treat as your own. Fun time is over. Would she be okay as a single mother? Call her bluff. She cuts off all contact with the AP immediately, no more girls' nights, open phones, open email, no unexplained absences. Tell her your son will be DNA paternity tested. STD test panels for both of you. If she doesn't agree, tell her to leave. And then go file for divorce. You are here because you failed to create consequences before. Your wife has made her choice. You need to respect that and let her loose. This way you can focus on yourself and your kids. Let her know she needs to get child support from the first dad, but you may be on the hook for her as well. Since she's openly disrespecting the marriage, you and the family, she's saying to the world you are not more important than her. She doesn't love you or her family, just herself. Focus on doing what's best for you and the kids, because she won't. All the best. Sorry you are going through this. First thing I would suggest is get yourself into therapy. It sounds like has already completely checked out of this relationship, so no matter how hard you try to show her love and happiness, she may not care to hear it. I can sympathize with wanting to keep your family, but it takes two to make it work. She has already told you she is fine if it doesn't work out and she has to be a single mom. You need to take care of yourself. Waiting till it is out of her system may never happen and you would live a miserable life. Please get yourself into IC ASAP. You sound like you have some serious codependency issues. What your wife is doing is emotionally abusive. You deserve better and will do better. Your wife doesn't respect you and she may have never really loved you. She thinks a life with you after 7 years would be settling. Never accept being someone's second choice, backup, or security. Remember the 3 pillars to any successful relationship: love, trust, and respect. A relationship must have all 3 to thrive. Your wife clearly doesn't respect you, the marriage, or herself, frankly. She has told you that she is hooking up with a long-time friend and this isn't even her first time cheating on you. Where is the love and respect in that? She has also told you that she would be okay if things didn't work out between you two. She has checked out of the marriage. You may love her with all your heart, but she clearly doesn't feel the same. She has told you as much. Again, please seek IC and consult with a lawyer to see what a divorce will look like for you. Perhaps if you took this action she may snap out of the fog she's in, but don't bet on it. It seems that you are more into her than she is into you. It seems that she could take or leave you and the marriage. Sorry this has happened to you, but you are still young. You may not believe it now but have so much more to live for: finding love again, remarriage, more kids, a blended family. This marriage is dead. Don't let this bad experience cloud your future. There are good people out there who have the intellectual and emotional maturity as well as integrity, something your wife is severely lacking, to be in a loving, authentic, long-term relationship. Find the strength to move on, embrace the life to come. Good luck to you. Up, your post got me down. You are doing everything wrong. Follow that path and you will end up without a wife, which is not worth much, without children, without self-esteem, without respect for yourself and others, and also paying the bills of the house where your wife's boyfriend will live and your son will call him daddy. Here there are patient and didactic people with experience and goodwill. Read them carefully, open your mind to their advice. You're going to have $100,000 worth of free high-quality advice. Good luck, although I see that with your attitude your future will be dark. We have 2 children and I can't lose my family. I know this is hard, but you need to realize you do not have a choice in what she does. She has clearly stated what she wants for herself. The idea you have of her and your family literally does not line up with reality, and you are hurting yourself holding on to a figment of what you wanted to exist. She is not the person you wish she was. She's shown you multiple times and is now telling you in plain English. The level of blind attachment you have to her is not even earned, nor does she have much interest in it. Additionally, people who crave attention or validation compulsively are uniquely unlikely to change for the better. She has to want to be your wife in the first place, and right now she wants to have fun. The only thing you can do is try to find your individuality before she forces it upon you. Discard your idealized notions of who she is, because she doesn't want them. Discard the person you wish she was because she's telling you she isn't. Find some identity because other people should not define who you are. Find your self-worth, because really, if you can't let go of a repeat offending cheater, you literally will not find happiness even if she stays. I'll be blunt, hoping that you'll see the light. You love her, but she did not love and respect you. She's doing her best to humiliate you by sleeping with another man, so you will let her go. Give her what she wants so she can do her things and be happy. Divorce her now. You have nothing in your future but anguish, suffering and humiliation. For reasons that is unfathomable to me, you are choosing to allow someone to crush your soul and destroy your self-esteem. The longer you allow this, the worse off all your future relationships, if you can somehow be in one, will be. You are ruining your children's lives, as they will never be able to form a normal relationship with anyone because they only had their broken parents as an example to follow. Your wife has become too selfish to put her children first in her life, so unless you can do the right thing and cut her toxicity from your and their life, they are doomed to be dysfunctional adults. You posted about this a few weeks back. Your wife doesn't respect you, and submitting to her like you are isn't going to make it better. You just failed your kids in such a massive way. Is this how you would want your kids to be treated? I don't think you can win her back by being nice. It might seem that way, yeah, it might seem like common sense that when you are nice to people they like/love you more, but typically that doesn't work at all in an infidelity situation. Basically she has taken you for granted, that you always will be there. And now she feels she has a lot of options. From out here where I sit, she just looks like a really messed up person. And it looks like she has always been mentally unstable. This doesn't seem like anything new. She had a child with another guy who was not husband and or father material. Okay, that happens, young people make mistakes, they are learning as they go, and they haven't been looking around at the world in that way. Then she goes to you, gets serious, but she cheats on you. You excuse her, momentarily lapse of judgment, so now we know and understand why she thinks you'll always be there. She cheated before, no big deal. Probably if I understand the person you are, you probably stepped it up and rewarded her with more attention and spoiling. I'm not here to tell you that being nice to people is bad and forgiving people is wrong. But sometimes doing so doesn't allow the person who made those mistakes or bad decisions to learn from it based on consequences. Just as you are right now receiving consequences, maybe that's a reach, it's very difficult to attribute her behavior to any consequence you gave or didn't give her in the past. She truly to me seems like the person that might be destined to do stupid stuff for the rest of her life. Hopefully not for you. My advice would be you to back out, be indifferent, do what is called the 180, basically a set of behaviors to detach emotionally from her, treat her like an acquaintance. I'll post it in another reply. Stop having sex with her. Ask her to sleep in a separate room, not with you. She is breaking the vows of your marriage. Let her know that her behavior is unacceptable and that you are not going to stay in this situation forever. Don't give any threats or ultimatums unless you are going to go through with it. Threats and ultimatums are weak, just do the thing you would threaten or give an ultimatum to. Plus, she already knows the stakes and doesn't care. There is a truism in negotiations, and in some respects, all of life is a negotiation, and that is that the one who cares less wins. She cares less. You are now in the situation of being a strict parent of a 28-year-old teenager. She wants to go out and have fun with her friends, and party, while you, Dad, stay home and worry and take care of the household. Her situation of partying couldn't occur if you were not home doing that, by the way, babysitting the kids. Infidelity is a human behavior, very predictable. How this works out for you is that, no matter what you do, detach, 180, or do the pick-me dance of being extra nice, she will continue to disrespect you. Almost always the cheater will lose more and more respect for the betrayed who just puts up with the cheating. Very typically the cheater says to themselves, I would never put up with what he is putting up with, and the marriage you are trying to save gets even more difficult to save. What also happens is you get more and more resentful, every day it grows, and eventually it reaches the point where you don't even want to stay, you completely lose any desire to be with her, being with her disgusts you. It is going to happen, I really believe that. I probably wouldn't put too much emphasis on and on from the internet, but you can read the other stories here, read the new ones, then read the older ones, then read the really old ones, read as much as you can, and you will start to understand what I am talking about. The predictability, the patterns, is undeniable. Good luck. This is your best strategy for now. 180 is a detachment strategy. I think the name 180 is based on 180 degrees, a straight line as opposed to circular 360. Basic philosophy is to become indifferent to the partner, treating them as if they are an acquaintance. The detachment is a way to end the bias you have that you love your partner who cheated on you. Get the rose-tinted glasses off and see reality by detaching. It is not meant to be a way to get the partner back if they are not wanting you, the betrayed, after being caught. The 180. Don't pursue reason, chase, beg, plead or implore. No frequent phone calls. Don't point out good points in marriage. Don't follow her/him around the house. Don't encourage or initiate discussion about the future. Don't ask for help from the family members of your wayward partner. Don't ask for reassurances. Don't buy or give gifts. Don't schedule dates together. Don't keep saying, "I love you." Because if you really think about it, he or she is, at this particular moment, not very lovable. Do more than act as if you are moving on with your life, begin moving on with your life. Be cheerful, strong, outgoing and independent. Don't sit around waiting on your spouse, get busy, do things, go out with friends, enjoy old hobbies, find new ones. But stay busy. When home with your spouse, if you usually start the conversation, be scarce or short on words. Don't push any issue, no matter how much you want to. If you're in the habit of asking your spouse his/her whereabouts, ask nothing. Seem totally uninterested. Your partner needs to believe that you have awakened to the fact that they, the wayward partner, are serious concerning their assertions as to the future, or lack thereof, of your marriage. Thus, you are moving on with your life, without them. Don't be nasty, angry or even cold, just pull yourself back. Don't always be so available, for anything. Your spouse will notice. More important, he or she will notice that you're missing. No matter what you are feeling today, only show your spouse happiness and contentment. Make yourself be someone they would want to be around, not a moody, needy, pathetic individual but a self-assured individual secure in the knowledge that they have value. All questions about the marriage should be put on hold, until your spouse wants to talk about it, which may not be for quite a while. Initiate no such conversation. Do not allow yourself to lose your temper. No yelling, screaming or name-calling ever. No show of temper. Be cool, act cool, be in control of the only thing you can control. Yourself. Don't be overly enthusiastic. Do not argue when they tell you how they feel, it only makes their feelings stronger. In fact, refuse to argue at all. Be patient and learn to not only listen carefully to what your spouse is really saying to you. Hear what it is that they are saying. Listen and then listen some more. Learn to back off, keep your mouth shut and walk away when you want to speak out, no matter what the provocation. No one ever got themselves into trouble by just not saying anything. Take care of you. Exercise, sleep, laugh and focus on all the other parts of your life that are not in turmoil. Be strong, confident and learn to speak softly. Know that if you can do this 180, your smallest consistent action will be noticed far more than any words you can say or write. Do not be openly desperate or needy even when you are hurting more than ever and are feeling totally desperate and needy. Do not focus on yourself when communicating with your spouse. It's not always about you. More to the point, at present they just don't care. Do not believe any of what you hear them say and less than 50% of what you see. Your spouse will speak in absolute negatives and do so in the most strident tones imaginable. Try to remember that they are also hurting and afraid. Try to remember that they know what they are doing is wrong and so they will say anything they can to justify their behavior. Do not give up no matter how dark it is or how bad you feel. It ain't over till it's over. Do not backslide from your hard-earned changes. Remain consistent. It is the consistency of action and attitude that delivers the message. When expressing your dissatisfaction with the actions of the wayward party, never be judgmental, critical or express moral outrage. Always explain that your dissatisfaction is due to the pain that the acts being committed are causing you as a person. This is the kind of behavior that will cause you to be a much more attractive and mysterious individual. Further, it shows that you are not afraid to move on with your life. Still more important, it will burst their positive little bubble, the one in which they believe that they can always come back to you in case things don't work out with the affair partner. This is your life and apparently you're good with it. Now that she knows she can cheat anytime she wants on you and actually have your stamp of approval and still be supported by you, why would she want to change? She just goes in and out the door, wiping her feet on you as she goes by. What a marriage! She has declared it open. But, is it really cheating if the spouse knows? It is no secret and basically okays it through lack of consequence? Perfect marriage for her. can publicly have her cake and eat it too. Oh, and I didn't mention the absolute lack of any respect for you and the lack of self-respect for yourself. But if you can live with it, that is your choice. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please comment, like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.